Welcome to Big Vile Opinion. Moderators, with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Vile Opinion Platform.
And I just really want people to know, I appreciate anybody that's helping me. I appreciate anybody that's helping me. A lot of people have been there for me. I just don't want people going back and forth, being mad at each other because one person did this for me and another person did that for me. That's what the devil wants. He wants to cause confusion. That's what these people want. They want to cause confusion. And confusion ain't going to do nothing but keep me in here. But the real thing here.
To prosecution.
Yeah, that's right. And I can appreciate that there's emotions that run high and people don't necessarily value how the government goes about getting what they consider to be justice. But when the government runs amok, right now it's RKelly, tomorrow it's somebody else. And maybe it's someone you care about tomorrow. Maybe it's a loved one of yours. To keep the government honest and to keep them in check, the system has to work for all of us, the RKellys of the world, the Bill Cosbys of the world, and then people that we don't even know. And so my job is to make sure the government does it the fair way. And if they didn't do it fair, it just doesn't count. It's like if you cheat during a football game and you want to declare victory, you can't because you cheated. And it is my job to hold the government responsible.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Big Vile Opinion, back with another live video. First, I want to thank God. I want to thank God for allowing me to see this unpromised day along with others. Shout out to the chat. I want to say a big thank you. For all of the birthday wishes, all of the birthday love, support. Man, y'all just don't understand how much it meant for me. I haven't been able to go back in and just heart all of the comments and like all of the comments, but trust and believe, y'all. I really, truly appreciate the love that you all showed on my birthday. And also, man, y'all not gonna believe what happened. Y'all ain't gonna believe what happened on the night of my birthday, right? So I'm in the venue where I was having my little thing, my little get together at with family and friends, and I was just sitting around chilling and sitting around talking, and as I'm sitting around chilling and I'm sitting around talking, somebody walk up to me and they like, big Val opinion. I'm like, hold on. Cause, my family, they know what I do, but they don't, my family, they just call me Vi. That's it. They just gonna say Vi, whatever. So guy walk up to me, like, big Vi opinion. I'm like, what? Who the hell? Like, I'm trying to figure, I'm like, this guy, it ain't registering in my head. But I know that this person just called me Big Val opinion. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, yeah, that's me. He's like, man, it's J-Rock. I was like, what the hell? Made my day, man. Made my night, man. J-Rock walked up on me in the venue I was at, man. J-Rock walked up on me. He said, man, I saw the flyer and I saw the address. He said, I didn't want to tell you I was coming. I just wanted to pop up on you and surprise you. Man, J-Rock popped up on me. He said, I knew it was you. J-Rock walked up on me, man, at my event. And me and J-Rock kicked it for a minute, chill. Man, that was love, man. That was love. Most definitely was love, man. Shout out to J-Rock for what he did, man. I really appreciated that. That made my night, man. Other than that, man, what's been going on, y'all? What's been going on? Uncle Ray, what's going on, man? Hit the link. What's been going on, Uncle Ray? What up, EJ? V White, A Child, what's going on? Uncle Muse, what's going on? Ashley, what's going on? What's going on? Hammertown, what's going on? Man, I've been having a little time here the past few days and was reading some of this paperwork, some of the motions that came out and replies that came out. And man, when I tell y'all, looking at this stuff, what's up, Lady Earthbeat? I mean, looking at some of this stuff, man, I'm sitting back like, how? Like, honestly, I'm gonna say this. And this is one of the most truthful statements that I could make, bro. Even if okay, we know that people on this side, we in support of RKelly. But when we look at what the government has done, whether you like RKelly or dislike RKelly, when you look at what the government has done, you should be pissed off, man. You should be pissed off. Thank you, Uncle Ray. What's up, Ashley? You should be pissed off. That's what's up, Uncle Ray. Say leaving out the doctor. When you look at what Jennifer Bunting has laid out and what Jennifer Bunting is pointing out the infractions by the government, whether you are for RKelly or against RKelly, when you look at how the government bent the laws, broke the laws, to enforce the law, you should be pissed off as a citizen of this country. as a citizen of this country, you should be pissed off. Because we're supposed to be governed by laws. And these laws are supposed to be upheld, not just by us as citizens of this country, but by the government, by the people who are enforcing them as well. And when you see things take place the way that we see they have taken place over the last 4 years, we should all be outraged with the government, because guess what? Whether you like R. Kelly or dislike R. Kelly, if you were to get in trouble, you would have to come up against this same type of scrutiny that the government has done to R. Kelly as a minority in this country. So just because you dislike R. Kelly out here on these platforms don't mean you're going to get a pass if you come into any type of trouble and you have to go inside of a courtroom. They still gonna see that black face standing right there. They still gonna see your black face right there. So with that being said, whether you like R. Kelly, dislike R. Kelly, whatever, we all are governed by the same fucking constitution and laws. There ain't no different laws for liking or disliking someone. So when you allow your dislike for someone to allow you to sit back and watch someone be hung, you know what I'm saying, or fucked over more so, then that says a lot about who you are as a person, your character as a person. I can dislike someone. I wouldn't wish bad on my worst enemy, man. I want my enemy to succeed in life. I want my enemy to be able to take care of their family. I want my enemy to live the best life that they can live. Because what is it going to benefit me by wishing bad on them? So people have to understand what we're witnessing, what's going on with Robert Sylvester Kelly. This shit is just not a motherfucking Robert Sylvester Kelly issue. This is a black issue. People don't want to look at it that way. How could you sit around just because you feel some type of way about an individual? You see what can happen. You see how the government went about doing what they did. And for for people to sit back and be like, I don't care, man, hang him. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga, as they say. How? Your time is coming. We all might get a turn at the wheel. You want somebody to say fuck you when it's you up there? Well, you want somebody to sit back and not give a damn when it's you up there? It can easily happen. What's up, Uncle Muse?
Nephew, what's good with you?
What's good, Uncle, man?
I know you had a marvelous, when I saw on that replay on the live, you had a phenomenal birthday. Man. I wish I could have been there in the city, man. Enjoyed all that goodness.
Man, I don't even remember when the club closed. I don't even remember how I got home. I woke up looking for my car. I don't remember nothing.
What's that movie? Building? Who's that? Where's my car? What's that? Building? Yeah, Ashton Kutcher. Yeah.
That's how I woke up. Like, man, where's my car at? Man, my fucking head spinning. I'm trying to find some chicken somewhere to eat. You know, man. But it was most definitely. For me, that was my first birthday celebration, man, in my adult life. I really don't do nothing on my birthday but just chill around. Right. So, man, it was a memorable one.
Okay, that's what's up. Welcome everybody in the chat. I'm at work at this moment, so I don't know how long I could stay in. I work midday shift, so I'm gonna have to just chime out every now and then. But blessing to everybody in the chat.
Rock, man.
Yeah, V White, Ashley, HL, EJ, Ray, Ashley, everybody, Lady Earth, everybody in the chat coming in. Heyman, everybody coming in. Blessing to y'all. Jay Rizzle, what's good, my brother?
Yeah, man. So I was reading this this reply that Jennifer put in to the government, and I'm seeing where I'm reading this shit, and I'm like, how the government just saying, like, I didn't understand how the government felt as if they can charge you for one thing and then okay, we're gonna bring you in on these charges, but we don't gotta prove these charges, but we can accuse you of doing something else. This shit is crazy. It's crazy. So the government contends that it was not required to prove a shared illegal, or fraudulent course of conduct. This position by the government represents a profound change of heart where it charges the defendant with an enterprise that had a common purpose of an illegal course of conduct and then constructed the jury that it was required to prove that illegal common purpose. As argued above, the government was required to prove its theory of a common purpose as plea in the indictment and as set forth in the jury instructions. So,
One sec.
So just reading over some of this stuff, trying to figure out how the government felt as though they didn't have to prove the common purpose that they claimed the enterprise existed. How can you say it was an enterprise if you can't prove what the common purpose that they did together was? This shit, like, I'm sitting here looking at this stuff and reading over some of this stuff, and I'm sitting back, I'm like, how, like, this is what I'm talking about when I speak on people, whether you for Kells or against RKelly. This type of stuff right here should make you sit back and step back and say, hold on, is this about Robert Sylvester Kelly, or is this about the government forcing their power, throwing their weight around? You know what I'm saying? Because if this man did the things that these people accused him of doing, why would it be such a struggle for them to produce the things that they say were going on?
Excuse me. Here's my thinking, nephew. I agree with. I'm right with you, and that's why it was so cunning and crafty about them to get the public to turn against. They're thinking this individual is a dangerous society, he's a monster, all this elation
What's
and
up, K?
stuff.
What's up, Bree?
But their only goal was understanding the power and strength and unity. You know what I mean? So they had to dismantle that first. Because they knew eventually, nephew, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. You know what I mean? By then, look what kind of damage we have done. We have changed laws. Look how well we affected people, even doing all the process, not just that individual, but we affected everybody that y'all don't even know, because we got y'all attention so far over there, and y'all don't research. You won't read for yourself. You won't, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how, but now it always backfires because even though they did the damage, and you know, you can't make light of that. At the same time, people who are on the other side are really highly pissed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And blaming themselves for not having good common sense and falling back and say, wait a minute, let me see. They played on your emotions and your all
Yeah,
that hurt and they ooh, them triggers, nephew, them
that's
trigger
it,
words. You
man.
know what I mean?
That's it. It's they understand,
Wickedness in the highest degree.
right. So the people, the higher power understand. See, they started pushing this movement. They started pushing this Me Too movement, making everything about nobody cares about black
Right.
women and girls.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
started with that. It was all of this shit was pre-staged. You know, it was all of this shit was premeditated. They did it all in sequence. They started the movement. Nobody cares about black women and girls. Boom. Then all of a sudden you come out and predicate that around. Well, the shit with Bill Cosby had nothing to do with black women and girls, but it had something to do with women, period. So they
Right.
bring Bill Cosby bullshit. So then they come back and landslide what Bill Cosby was accused of with bringing RKelly for, saying that he did this, and all of these women that was accusing RKelly, what was their slogan when they were going on these platforms and these news outlets? They said nobody never cared about black women and black
Hmm.
girls.
Hmm.
They pushed
Yeah.
that shit to
Yeah.
make people start looking like, hold on,
Yeah.
well, something happened to me. And I went, because I didn't seen it, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I haven't seen it in communities where I'm from, where situations go down, real shit happen to these black women and girls, and
Right.
they go to
Right.
the police station just
Right.
because the police know Joe Blow. They'll go talk to him.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah.
she's saying this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
You need to. I didn't seen it. I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't saw it.
Right.
But it ain't just in the black community. It happens in all communities like that. It ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. And sometimes in situations like that, shit happen that way. But when they put RKelly, and when they made it seem as if RKelly, they made the world think that a fucking celebrity has to take advantage of fans, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man. We have
Yeah.
to make this shit make sense. You talking about a celebrity who is a sex symbol, who sings about bedroom activity, different
Right.
things that women gravitate to.
Right.
But he
Who
has
never who never wanted to do that, who never wanted to go in
who
that
never wanted to
direction.
do it, right? He didn't. That was never his intentions. But
Nope.
that's what
And yeah.
that's the person that the label created, and
Right.
then
Yeah.
they want the world to believe that this man has to manipulate.
You,
They
you
want the
see
world
right
to
there,
believe
nephew,
that this
where it
man
takes
has to.
accountability out. It takes accountability straight out the window.
Yeah.
That's dangerous when you do that. Because look at what you teaching the generation coming up. Young. Look at what you teaching them. That's what people don't understand. And I yield back to you. The bigger picture of
Picture.
this and how so dangerous and wicked what they did.
And now you got you create a society, right? You create a society where it is that now females will get into relationships, and when relationships doesn't go the way that they foresee them being, that they can go and play victim and say they were held against their will. They were forced to do something. All because of a relationship that didn't work out the way that they envisioned it. But it's shit so crazy that to me is that, right, they push this movement about black women and black girls, but the only black person who has been getting mistreated the worst in this country of existence is the black man. It's not to take nothing away from our queens.
Right.
We don't see, the thing about it is they want us to live in a world to where they want the women to look at, they want the women to challenge they want the black women to look at the black man as equal or greater than, versus us being the protectors of the black women.
Right.
See, they don't teach that shit in other societies. They only do that shit in our community. They want our women to feel as though they don't need a man. How many times you hear that shit?
Yeah. Yeah. That's very dangerous.
But then at the same time, they want to empower the black woman to help destroy the black man. But they're not going to teach that. They in the other communities, they still have soccer moms. They still have stay-at-home wives.
And a lot of them work their businesses and their entrepreneurship from their home.
You see,
they have the best of both. They have the best of both worlds because they rather do it. I know some, not all, and it's all. And I know every home is different, but I know some women are very protective and they're very about who be around their kids, even though people that's well credible and all of that. They rather be navigating through all that process, you know what I mean, and covering them. So if it work out like that, man, you got the best of both worlds, shoot. Mm-hmm. And still can travel and do what you want to do as a woman. That's phenomenal when you can have it like that, And I think a lot of them don't get credit for it, and it is a lot of houses like that, Mm-hmm. But when you have someone said that it's an in the
if you look at how the government used RKelly.
Oh yeah.
Or Drea Lee. Look at
how I don't even call her Kelly. Yeah, that ain't her last name. I don't care what she's talking about.
Look at how the government used Drea Lee. I'm gonna tell you, man, this woman, RKelly made it to where this woman would never have to work. But she's so greedy. Greed, man. She didn't want to be showered. She wanted to be who she is. What we see now is what she wanted to be then. But you see what she did but why do you think something good is going to come out of your position that you feel you have? Look at what you did to get there. You didn't go about it the right way. You can't, the first thing they say, God bless me. No, God didn't bless you. If you had to tear somebody down to build yourself up, that is not a fucking blessing from God.
Yeah.
If I gotta tear the next person down to lift myself up, that's not a blessing.
I look at that situation as a grown adult who's still moving like a little child. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You really have to accept accountability for what it is before diving into it. I'm talking about her, the individual, before diving into the particulars. But you first must accept and acknowledge this is what it is and how it affected you. And you're still in that and you're still struggling with that. But that takes only having a heightened sense of awareness. You know what I mean? And embracing accountability and responsibility. Say, I'm not better than I could have been. I'm not even good as I could be right now. I'm still wounded and it's affected me. See, when you get in that place right there, then only then you can move forward and start to heal. Because if you don't, that monster inside of you that's never been addressed keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and you destroy everything you touch.
Mhm.
You become so narcissistic that even your seeds, your offspring that you birth, don't mean nothing to you. You will use them as pawns.
Exactly, Bree. She
That's
wanted
sad. That's sad. That's
but
sad,
you
but that's
see
the
it
harsh
though.
truth.
You see it. We see this. We all got a story. We all got a story
Yeah.
of people who we done been around, right? You know, and one thing I can always say to my some of my older uncles who always they taught me how to move, man, out in society. My uncle tell me, man, look, nephew, if you got a homeboy and y'all together every day, he say, man, if you got $100 and y'all finna go somewhere in a restaurant and eat or whatever, and your homeboy say he ain't got no money, man, give him $30 before y'all get out the car. You know what I'm saying? Put some money in his pocket for, take care of your homeboy as if you would want somebody to do it to you. Because you know what people do, right? They'll you can have people around you every day that's watching you spend money, buy what you want. Not saying that they're not capable of doing it, capable of doing the same thing, but they
Right.
sitting back and you got them with you every day. You spending this money, you shopping, you doing this. You ain't doing nothing but building up envy in this person.
Hmm.
Sooner or later, they gonna try you.
Hmm. Like Boosie say, they
That's
get
your boy. You think that's your boy
hypnotized with
because
hatred.
y'all grew up together. Y'all been
Yeah.
hanging together. That's your right hand man, but you ain't treating him like that. Not
Right.
saying, like I say, not saying that he's not capable. Sometimes people just need to be put in position.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna bring somebody around me if I'm finna go shopping and I know I can't do it for you, man. I'm gonna drop you off, man, and go handle my business, man. I'll see
Right.
you tomorrow. But I'm
Right.
not gonna have you with me while I'm out here living this lavish life, and then next thing you know, I become the number one prospect in your eyes. And this is what I'm getting at when I say that somebody like Drea Lee, she sat back and watched what RKelly was doing, even though he was taking care of her. She didn't want it that way. She wanted to have control of what she wanted to do.
Right.
Everything she asked for, the man gave it to her. She still was ungrateful because she wanted to be able to do it her way, but still not understanding Cal's situation. This man was on stipends. He was only getting checks himself. When he wanted something, he had to send a message, hey, I need this. And they went and got it. He was on payroll, even though he was the superstar.
So here's the thing, nephew, and I know, help me out. Only the ladies, only the ladies. And by the way, I apologize. Hey, K baby, how you doing, sweetie? Um, a real woman, and I've seen many of them, would have stepped back and peeped the game. You know what I mean? And walked side by side with him.
Mm-hmm.
Would have did everything, help him as far as the literacy, everything. Because even that, he pretty much navigating pretty good with that. But even that, was very important when it got to the business part of it. Um, but as far as the stuff he learned in the streets and hard time and struggles and all of that, he wasn't slow by no means. But a real woman would have joined by his side, and look what you could have built. You could have had a Beyonce and a Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Just using them
Right.
as an example. You could have built that type of, you know what I mean? And you could just do your own thing. Whatever you want to be, a chef, you want to have your gym, your whatever it was. Look, we're doing it together, side by side. That man chose you, had 3 kids by you. You know what I mean? But see, like you say, you got to take your time and vet people and see where their heart is at. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to fall back, and like I said about Demetrius in the live, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, chapter 7. You got to sometimes you got to let people do what they do, nephew,
Uh-huh.
so that you can determine what they will do.
And,
You
and,
got
and
that?
see
You
what you
got that?
just
You got
said
that?
right there.
I
Right there,
yield
what
back.
you just said. Right there,
I
what you
yield back.
just said.
I
I
yield back.
think the reason why he didn't, I believe the reason why he didn't allow her to splurge into a lavish lifestyle the way she wanted to, because he knew that she would leave. He knew that she would, you know, do some shady shit. See, one thing about this, the one thing about God, the way that He created us, right? Wherever we have a weakness at, we have a strength in another department.
Hmm.
And sometimes that strength can be just discernment, man. To be
Right.
able to
Right.
understand, to be able to see what people are about before they even show their hand.
Right. Right.
So it had to be something within him to where he, he gave this woman everything she asked for, but for some reason he didn't allow her to control the way things went. Because if he would have, he would have been in a situation where I've seen guys say, "Well, man, that worked out. Hey, man, look, man, I'm working." Matter of fact, I just seen it a couple weeks ago on social media. The dude was arguing with his girl because his wife. She had a whole separate bank account that every week when he was getting paid, she was taking money out of the bank account, putting it in her own account. And when he found out about it, she said that she was leaving. She didn't want to be with him no more. She had about 20, 30 grand of money that she done took from him. This brother didn't have shit. Whole time she had been plotting on leaving the man and was taking his money, putting it in a whole nother bank account, building it up for herself. And next thing you know, she said she didn't want to be she didn't want to be in the marriage no more. And she got a shitload of money, and he's sitting there trying to figure out how he gonna make it work. How he gonna survive now that she no longer want to be in the marriage. So imagine someone like Drea Lee understanding RKelly, and she understanding the shit that's going on around him, whether he understood it or not. If she would have had control and had access to money and shit like that whenever she wanted to, she probably would have been doing the same shit. She probably
Yeah.
would have been putting money. She would have been stashing money off somewhere just so she could leave and go off and do what she doing now.
Right. Right. I heard that somewhere else about in another aspect where it was a polls, a study done where it was somewhere, I think, nephew, around 70 something percent. Some of the chat may be knowing what I'm referring to. It says 70 something percent of today's modern women go into the marriage with an out strategy. You know what I mean? And that was also, and I yield back, there was also a recent clip by this young lady that I watch a lot on YouTube. Her name is Reva. Reva, um, very sound, very full of wisdom, young black queen. Be given a balanced perspective, you know what I mean, for our community. And she had a clip on there what uh, Bishop Jake's wife, Sarita Jakes, and she was dropping some old school, just pure, unadulterated goodness. And she basically, to sum it up, was talking about how um, like our parents and the foundation, how marriage came about from God's perspective, how He designed it pretty much, and how it didn't change as the society and the culture in the modern day area has shifted. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with making certain adjustments in life and getting new perspective. It's nothing wrong with that. It's that when you pull away from the fiber and the pillars of the foundation of what this really is all about, then you get a blurred vision, and you have individuals talking the way they're talking, going to this thing. And man, it's a short clip that she did. I'm about to try to find that's I don't know if she was preaching, I don't know if he was preaching, but both of them were sitting down. and it was just a short clip. I can't even articulate the way I can't even touch it like Sister Jack said it. But she went in for a minute, but she did it in a respectful, classy way, though. You know what I mean? And she basically just was talking about, you know, I think, and I yield back. Chris Rock had a stand up, and he got up to a part of the stand up, and it was a clip I just saw. I didn't see the whole thing, and he said, "You're there to serve." You know what I mean? You're there to serve, and people don't understand what this thing about that because you're selfish. That's what it comes down to. What marriage don't work and relationship work. That's really what it comes down to. And I'm gonna be real talk because I was married. You know what I mean? And I still not only promote marriage and recommend it, I can share some things with you that'll change your life, man. That'll let you examine yourself to see whether or not for real, are you a candidate for marriage? You know what I mean? Real talk. You know what I mean? And it's about service. You're there to serve. But if you're not a whole person, if you haven't dealt with your deficits, if you haven't dealt with your bitterness, your unforgiveness, your pain, your hurt, your disappointment, if you haven't dealt with all of that ugly, stinking thinking, don't you dare get yourself with another human and try to have a lifelong commitment. Don't you dare do that. You bogus for doing that. You need to step back and take yourself off the market. But nephew, you can only do what I'm saying. That can only happen if you have a heightened sense of awareness. If you, every moment that you got breath in your lungs, you are trying everything within your human effort and power to be the best version that you are every moment of your life. If you're not doing that, you're in survival mode. And everything you touch is a lick. It's all about you. And you think all that stuff is going to feed and heal your brokenness and it's not going to happen. All you're going to do is not only destroy your life, you're going to destroy others' life. And the thing about that is you don't even give a damn because you in darkness in your thinking. You blinded. And until you get set free and your mind renewed and have a heightened sense of awareness and get on the journey of healing, becoming the best whole, you are not a candidate for no kind of commitment. You're just not. You're just not. And that's what you see. People like that go into these like that. That's why you got to have spiritual discernment, man. You got to get around seasoned people with good sound wisdom that has been through that can be able to share with you how that looks and navigate you through that. Because if you don't, I yield back and let it breathe.
And that's what you get. RKelly, man. People who go into situations like you say with an out and looking at all of this, man, and how we get to where we at now. And I call it the fourth quarter because Jennifer is battling. She going shot for shot, but the government. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. What I from reading this reply. Man, the government is like they laying down. It's almost as if they know that they have like some reassurance. Like it's like they not even. It's like they don't even care. They not even trying to put up a fight. But see, they want to say that RKelly had enablers. But what about the judges that enable these fucking government prosecutors? What about the judges that enable the prosecutors?
I still say I'm very curious, nephew and chat family, how much I want to see the number. I know it's got to be staggering. that they put into this across the globe for one human. So you got to be like Levi said. You can't be no surface level think on this. You can't. You can't. Because if that's all you see, ooh, like God have mercy on you. I feel so sad for you. You're gonna be in trouble in this thing called life. Because if you can only look at the surface, you don't see this is bigger than that. Whoo, man! I don't know where you've been living.
And you see, what is the government doing now? They are now. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If the government was so confident in everything that they bring forward, right? Why are they? It seems like they are more focused on restitution payments being paid out than making sure that they even argue these appeals.
No, I think it's back what J Rock said, nephew. I think it's still on J Rock saying. And maybe another live, we can really dive into that a little bit, and J Rock can help us lead out in that. I kind of underestimated. I didn't really know the depth of it. What people would do as far as politics, to get to that law firm, or that, you know what I mean, to win that seat. You can see what Avenatti did. So, you know, I didn't know the cunningness, man. The people got in their heart, and the list that they would go through, man.
But they fucked though. That restitution money that they fighting hard for, they going back and forth with Sony. Don't they know that Sony reading these briefs too? Sony reading these motions. Sony reading this paperwork. They see what's going on. That's why Sony ain't coming up off that fucking money.
Yeah.
Why they so worried about getting? If you know y'all did y'all shit, right? If I'm confident in my case and I know that my case gonna stand, I'm not gonna be here sitting here arguing with a damn record label about releasing some money that I know eventually is gonna come.
Right.
Why they want to get paid? Why they so much in a rush to get paid? Because they know if these goddamn charges get overturned, their restitution shit goes out the window.
Nephew, why you think they trying to do like a speed demon? Why they rushing to try to push this? Why you think that? I don't even want to touch the politics. I really don't want to get into it. That ain't my field. That ain't my thing. Other guys on to come on and ladies, y'all more astute than I am. But I think it's bigger than what the media is putting out. I see the lies about former President Trump. When I really dive into it and look into stuff and pull up old stuff and all like that, I said, "Oh, that's what y'all hiding. That's what y'all hiding." I said, "That's what y'all hiding.
Right?
That's why you don't want that person back."
They come out with
y'all full of crap.
They come out with a Trump indictment, and like I say, I ain't gonna get too far into it.
Yeah.
You see, he had 14, 15 co-defendants.
Yeah.
Still right now to this day in New York, RKelly got indicted on a RICO charge, and we have yet to see co-defendants.
Yep.
RKelly was charged with a RICO in New York, and we have yet to see co-defendants.
But nephew, he was found innocent in 2008 and this previous year of obstruction.
But that's in Chicago.
And conspire. That's out the window with and then, like you said, where's everybody else? Where's everybody else?
Where's everybody at? Where's the rest of them?
I want to see him.
You see,
where he at?
And this is what Jennifer is arguing with. This is what Jennifer is putting forth in the appellate court. The government claimed the enterprise. An enterprise that consisted, that came together with a common purpose. Jennifer is saying they have yet to produce the common purpose that they came together for.
I'm gonna help people out, nephew. It's real simple. It's not that hard to figure out. And by meaning what we're talking about at this moment. They took, and that's why they didn't have witness come in for the defense who were a promoter. They didn't have people come in who was a stage manager. Who's a tour. You got what I'm saying. They didn't have RNA persons. You know what I mean? Coming. You see what I'm saying? It was a reason. It was a reason for that. It's a reason for that.
They did the shit like
You see what I'm saying? So they just took everything that an artist, I know the chat is following me, everything that an artist would normally do, they routine of artists and how they, all that, they just took all that information and just flipped it and made it just something illegal, which wasn't. That's all they did, because they didn't have nothing. So they couldn't get it out the air. So they had to take what was existing and flip it. But before I do that, I got to mess up your thinking, your perception, because we control the media. We tie with the politicians, with the news people, all of that, the social media. We all together. So we can make you think what you want. We want you to think. We can make you believe what we want you to believe, despite what you see and you hear.
mm-hmm.
So we got to do that first. Once we do that, then we got to present this, whatever you want to call last docu-series thing. Then we got to make sure that all the news people, all the radio personalities, anybody in the sector and that area of social media, we got to make sure everybody understand and get the memo to be on board with what we're doing. Then we got to get some witnesses. Matter of fact, we can use criminals who got track records a mile long. We're going to give them immunity. So even though they trip up on the stand, we still good. If a person can't see what I just said out of my forehead, I don't know what to tell them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jennifer, she puts in this thing, this position by the government represent a profound change of heart.
Excuse me, nephew. I got to step away. I got to go in the rail yard.
All right.
I'll be back.
All right. It says this position by the government represent a profound change of heart where it charged the defendant with an enterprise that had a common purpose of illegal course of conduct, and then instructed the jury that it was required to prove that illegal common purpose. As argued above, the government was required to prove its theory on a common purpose as pleaded in the indictment. Let's see, as pleaded in the indictment and as set forth in the jury instruction, recognizing that it proof of a common purpose as pleaded in the indictment was insufficient, the government repeatedly attempted to recast defendant argument as a challenge to the structure of the organization. Defendant RICO challenges has nothing to do with the structure of defendant organization. It is well established that an enterprise can have either a legal or illegal structure, but an enterprise cannot exist without its members sharing a common purpose to engage in a particular course of fraudulent or illegal conduct, as the government knows, have and plead such a purpose in the indictment. Man, this shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy. Now, you claim it's an enterprise, but you can't produce a common purpose. Then you say you don't have to. Then it's say you don't have to produce a common purpose. How can you claim it's an enterprise? How can it be an enterprise if you can't produce a common purpose? You got to make that make sense. But I know people that dislike RKelly, they don't care. They don't give a damn. They feel how they feel. But it's easy to feel that way until you in that position where it is someone don't care about you. When the government is joining you and treating you the same way they are treating Robert Sylvester Kelly. When the government can feel as though they don't have to prove you're guilty without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? There's so much doubt in this Robert Sylvester Kelly case. Is filled with doubt. Filled with doubt. Then when you go to the judges, this is why I say the judges enable the government and the prosecutors, because how did these judges, man, I'm telling y'all, changing of their language, their word. I mean, when you go and look at the changing of the word and to or, that shit right there, that small little change from and to or, what we heard the other day when they speak about the tape situation. When the jury instructed the jury originally to find that RKelly would had to be shown on all 4 of those videotapes. Video 1 and video 2 and video 3 and video 4. Would RKelly had to been found, he would have had to been found on all 4 of those videos. But if you go back to 2008, the jury, the government already knew that they couldn't find him on all 4 videos simply because he was found innocent in 2008 simply because they couldn't identify him on the tape. They said, we go back to the mole on the back, kept moving, the inconsistencies with the tape. They could not identify that it was him on the tape. So they couldn't say, y'all had to find him guilty on tape 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what they did was they changed the language from and to or. So now, if you all can remember, when the court was going on, all right, Darren McDavid lawyer, Bo Brindley, he talks about them buying the tape back from Charles Freeman, right? And the tape that they bought from Charles Freeman, it depicted RKelly on there, but the women that were on the tape were Lisa Van Allen and RKelly, right? But the government uses this tape as part of their evidence, right? So they claim they got 1 tape, 2 tapes, 3 tapes, 4 tapes. Now they changed the language from finding him on all 4 tapes. In order, they changed the language from he had to be found on all 4 tapes to be found guilty on this charge to saying if he's on 1 of the 4 tapes, if he's shown on 1 of the 4 tapes, then he's found guilty on that charge. So you see the difference in and versus or. If they say and, he would have had to been found on every tape that they had. Each tape that they shown, he would have had to been found on each one of those tapes. When they say or, he only had to be shown on 1 of those tapes. And what if the 1 tape that he was shown on was a tape that showed him in a video with his wife and Lisa Van Allen, 2 women who were of age? Y'all got to see the tricks that these people played, the games that these people played. They knew they had that tape. So now they say if he's on 1 of the tapes, then if he's on tape 1 or tape 2 or tape 3 or tape 4, then he's found guilty on this charge. Then guess what? If you see him on a tape with his ex-wife and Lisa Van Allen, then guess what? That doesn't mean he was on tape 2. That don't mean he was on tape 3. That don't mean he was on tape 4. But just because he was on tape 1, y'all gonna charge this man with this charge just because he was on 1 of the 4 tapes. Man, this shit crazy, man. These people sit up in these people sit around and they construct this shit to figure out how they can get us and how they can lock us up, how they can get us, how we will be in the courtroom not able to defend ourselves against certain shit. Man, changing the wording in these charges because the grand jury was confused and didn't know what to do. When you talk about the jury in New York, 4 of the jurors were biased off the rip. Some had watched Surviving RKelly. Some have been victims of sexual assault. Some wanted autographs from fucking Gloria Allred. Come on, man. One of the jurors also in the New York case worked for the prosecutors. She worked in the prosecution office. So how the hell did she get on the jury? All of this shit went on in New York. You watch Surviving RKelly, but you feel as though you can do the job and not be biased. No, you shouldn't have been on the jury pool. You've been a victim of sexual assault. You shouldn't have been on the jury pool. Once you asked for a fucking Gloria Allred autograph, you shouldn't have been on the jury. But the government understood that, the judge understood that, but still allowed it to go on. So, with that being said, everything that the government did, along with everything that the federal government did, along with the judges assisting them in doing whatever they needed to do to help the government vet their charges, they enable the government to be able to do what they did. I feel as though these judges need to be held accountable just as well as these prosecutors for breaking the law. That's just my opinion. We still are waiting on. I want to see what the common purpose is. Jennifer Bunjean say the government, they come out with a bunch of motions, but none of the motions that they put, they come out with a bunch of case law, but in their case law, none of this paperwork support they claim. Jennifer say the case law that they cited in their paperwork, it helps the defendant more than it helps them. So what that tell you? These people don't give a damn. They just throwing some shit together. But they still trying to get that restitution money though. They still after that fight. So to give me a check for $500,000. They after that money. Because see, guess what the government did? I'll tell y'all. The government then took care of these alleged victims. They done gave these women shit. They done sponsored these women. And now they trying to recruit their money back. They trying to get their money back. Imagine if Leonard Weber would have granted Roshana fucking $13 million. Man, come on, man. Man, the government trying to get their money back. They done sponsored these women. They done showered these women. And now they see shit finna go left. They need to get their money back. These women ain't got no value no more. They were not expecting someone like Jennifer Bunjean to come into this picture and put up a fight for RKelly the way that she has been doing. Jennifer Bunjean was the government's worst nightmare in this RKelly case because she's really doing the work. She's really fighting. She's really putting in the paperwork. She's really doing the research, and she's holding the government accountable. That wasn't what they were expecting. They wasn't expecting that. So now they got to re-strategize, regroup, try to figure this shit out. Well, Jennifer, she got some great points. We need to try to hurry up and get some money so we can get our money back that we have invested in our clients. See, these victims aren't victims. These victims are clients. They are investments. These accusers were government investments. And now their investments are going bad. They trying to get that money so they can get their money back out of their investments. See, I believe that most of these accusers were promised money to come out and talk and say what they said to turn. They were promised something for their cooperation. And now they see that whatever they got, the government is realizing that, hey, We got to get our money back because this shit is finna go left. Shit is finna go left. And who gonna lose? The government not gonna lose. The government don't like losing. They don't like losing. They don't take that shit too kindly. So I just wanted to come on for a minute, man, and chop it up with y'all. Say thank you all, each and every one of y'all that wish me a happy birthday. Shout out to each and every one of y'all who blessed my cash out for my birthday. I bought me some drinks. The drinks were good. Shout out to J-Rock for coming out and kicking it with me on my birthday. And like I say, man, if y'all like to donate to the channel, my cash app is $ Big Vi Opinion. Super chat, super sticker, whatever. Man, I tell y'all, I enjoyed my birthday. I enjoyed the love and support from each and every one of you all that wish me a happy birthday on YouTube. Man, it was everything that I imagined it to be. We're going to continue. I'm going to try to get a little bit more consistent, get back into what's going on and talking about the RKelly case and talking about other news because I do have another story that I want to bring to you all down in Rankin County, Mississippi. 2 black brothers who were sexually assaulted, beat, shot by police by some police officers down in Rankin County, Mississippi, man. And I feel like this story don't get enough publicity, that it get the publicity that it needs. And I want to be able to bring that story to y'all, let y'all see it, man. These police officers shot one of these black guys in the mouth. Thank God he survived. Man, they sexually assaulted these guys. Then they tried to plant drugs on them to lock them up. And the whole time, like, they all had body cameras on that captured the illegal shit that they did to these brothers. So that's one story I want to be able to bring to y'all and let y'all see this, man. It's crazy. It was a crazy story. I looked at it about a couple weeks ago. I say I want to bring this story to the platform and let y'all see this and see the type of behavior that these polices are presenting in these small towns. Shit's crazy. Yeah. J-Rock, when I get the link, I send it to you, J-Rock. Yeah, man. These are, it's called Rankin County, Mississippi. It's in Rankin County, Mississippi. They had some task force. They call themselves the Goon Squad, Goon Squad, or some type of organ, like a criminal organization. And they were, man, they these 2 black brothers, man, they tortured these brothers and then left them for dead in a pool of blood. Thank God those brothers survived, man. Thank God those brothers survived that torture that they went through in that house. And now that they are recovering, you know, they doing a news conference, but they're not saying too much of nothing because they suing the state of Mississippi. So I'm gonna bring that story to y'all so we can let y'all check it out, let y'all see what it's about. But you know, it's still free Kels until we see Kels. Shout out to Bungie Law Group and everything they do. Shout out to each and every one of you that's supporting the cause, supporting the injustice, standing up in the gap for RKelly. Man, I'm telling y'all that our work is not going unheard. I feel like I say within the next 6 months, by next summer, I'm looking forward to seeing Kels be free of all of this shit that he's going through, if not earlier than that. Shout out to Jennifer for everything that she's doing, all the hard work that she's doing, and may her law firm continue to strive the way that they're striving. And for each and every one of you, man, let's continue to do what we doing as supporters and keeping Kel's name alive, keeping Kel's music in rotation. Shout out to all the content creators out here that's doing their thing, putting out the good positive info. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Provoke Thoughts, Derek Provoke Thoughts. Our brother Sir Miguel also dropped his channel. We got J Rock on the way with a channel, and we also got Lexington on the way with a channel. So we building it up over here. We building these platforms over here. We're gonna build these platforms because, like I've been telling these guys, like, it's good. I like coming on doing what I do, but when all of us have our own platform, we become stronger. Our reach become wider. More people. We get more people attention. So I'm trying to get all the guys on board with the YouTube channel so we can start streaming on all of our channels at the same time, having this conversation. So make sure y'all go check those channels out. Provoke Thoughts, Sir Miguel, J Rock channel is on the way. Lexington channel is on the way. And we're going to build it up over here, and we're going to build something powerful and something that's going to sustain any type of bullshit drama that comes way. So with that being said, I hope each and every one of y'all have a blessed day. Like I said, man, y'all like to bless the channel, $ Big Val Opinion. Y'all like to purchase memberships, man, go to the info department. If y'all like to purchase t-shirts, the link is in my bio. Man, y'all have a nice day. Rest of y'all day. Big vibes for the get ready to go to work. Y'all be safe. And make sure y'all watching the news, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. Wildfires, hurricanes, recall on food products. If y'all eat any great value food products, y'all might want to check it and make sure it's not on the recall list. So make sure y'all food product, if y'all eating great value, make sure it's not on the recall list, man. Check it out, man. Make sure y'all checking that recall list out each and every day, man. Each and every day, the FDA come out with different recall lists, man. Make sure y'all checking them. If y'all in this heat, like I'm in this heat in Texas, make sure you stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. And other than that, until next time, it's your boy Big Vi signing out.